Now I am live. Okay, so if you are on, say hey. I am now using my new software. So it's going to be quite interesting because I want to be able to see your comments, and I don't really know if I'm going to be able to see your comments and like everything at the same time because you're going to be seeing my screen and all that good stuff. So today is our first video. Now, the reason why I decided to do the video today is because I ain't got no time tomorrow because life is getting like super hectic because my husband finally is going to graduate on Saturday. Woo, woo, party over here. Okay, so I'm so super excited about that. I'm just trying to get the video up on here in case I need to. Give me a second. Alright, like I said, it's going to be real interesting. I just hope that it's gonna come up. Let me see if I can do this without being able to hear myself. Okay, so hi, thanks for hopping on. I have like my computer going, and then I have the phone going and everything. So definitely let me know if you are on right now, and let me know if you can hear me. Hey Yvette, thanks for hopping on. So what's gonna happen is today's video is all about, hey Marianne, you're watching from Australia, that's awesome. Today's video is about fabric. So we are going to walk through step by step how in the world do I do this whole extreme cross stitching thing. What is extreme cross stitching? So when it comes to extreme cross stitching, like I've said before in previous video, but if you're just hopping on, then you may not even know who I am, but I'm Portia. Hi. So I got started with extreme cross country stitching because I'm going to try to talk slower because someone said I talk too fast. So I'm going to pace myself. So I got started with extreme cross country stitching because I had stitched page by page. I did like 4 pages of the dragon design that I've been doing, that dragon chart. I did 4 pages of it, and I was like, I hate this. I want to quit stitching. Why did I ever get started? This is going to take forever because my piece is 20 pages, okay? And so I was like, there is no way I'm going to be doing this step by step by step. Like, this is insane. I'm not going to do this to myself. So I'm just like, all right, I got to figure something out. So I decided to start doing extreme cross country. What that means is you do one color throughout the entire chart. So if your chart has 84 pages and the first color, when you sort them, which we'll talk about literally step by step, when you sort them, you see, like, I always use this example, 310, which is black. You see 310 has 20,000 stitches. You do 20,000 stitches of 310 through the entire chart. Then you go back and then you do the next color through the entire chart. Hey Rachel, hey Leslie, thanks for hopping on. Then you do the third color through the entire chart, and you just go page by page. For me, it's like mini finishes. It's like, whoop whoop, mini finish. I got done with this page, and I'm going to go on the second page and do that same color. So I never get bored with the color. I know some of you are like, how do you stitch 20,000 stitches and not get bored? Well, I don't know yet because my next project after this one, after my dragon, is a, hey Araceli, is a piece that has 20,000 black stitches. I'm probably going to lose my mind, but it'll be great because I'm just going to focus on each little page, and that's really how it is. It's all about focus. What you focus on, you get more of. There's a little bit of personal development lesson for you. So if you focus on the fact that, oh my gosh, I have 20,000 stitches, then you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, I have 20,000 stitches and go crazy, rather than, I have 20,000 stitches. That ain't nothing, and you're just going to keep going, okay? So, hey Joe, thanks for hopping on. Yay! You get to see me live. Okay, so today is the fabric talk. So when it comes to deciding what piece you're going to do, you guys picked it for me. It's Stitcher's Retreat. Woo woo, that's the piece that we're doing. You can stitch that along with me, or, I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can do your normal, whatever piece you've been working on, and if you just want to start, like, use the piece that you've been working on and go through and start doing extreme cross-country stitching, then awesome. Rachel says, I'm working on one now with 12,000 bucks. Yes, girl. I don't know. It's going to be eventful, to say the least, okay? So what we're going to do, also tell me, is the video okay and can you hear me? Can someone, like, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me and if the video is okay, or if it's lagging a lot. This is a new camera. I can return it, but this is like the best camera on the market, so I don't know. But give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, and if everything is good here. Like, everything's in sync for the most part. If it's a little bit laggy, then you know it is what it is. Okay, you guys are good? Okay, sweet. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start talking about fabric. I have some samples for you. Not a lot, you guys, because to be honest, I've only been stitching for like 2 to 3 years. I'm just going to be real honest with you. I started stitching like a couple of months after I got married. So, which we've only been together, well, we've only been married for almost 3.5 years. So I have some fabric samples for you, and I'm going to walk you through the Heaven and Earth Design site so you can be like, this is where I buy my fabric. So I stitch on a certain count of fabric, a certain count and a certain type of fabric, which we'll get to in a second. But I want to talk about the different types of fabric you have to choose from. I'm actually going to show you on the website. But like I said, please bear with me. This is the first time, well, technically the second time that I've done this. Hold on, I'm going to pull up this other thing. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to make the screen tiny. Nope, I'm not. I did this. Whoa, okay. Okay, hold on. Bear with me. I can do this. Speak life. Hey, Barb. Okay, I don't know. Okay, this is the window. Hold on. It's gonna work. Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere, guys. Give me a second. I'm making me smaller. Now I can't see myself because I gotta move my phone now. Okay. Okay, so you should see the Heaven and Earth Design site, and I'm like in a corner. If you see that, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up if you see the Heaven and Earth Design site in the back and you see me in a little corner. I don't see any thumbs up. You guys are worrying me. Help a sister out. No one sees that? Or you? Okay, some people do. Hey, Tony, thanks for hopping on. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. Okay, you guys see it. Sweet. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through the site. So I can walk you step by step through like what the different types of fabric are. And honestly, I had to do the research myself because I was like, look, I don't know about all this up in here. So anyway, the website, now this is a little funny for Judy. Judy, we are on heavenearthdesigns.com for real this time, okay? So we're on heavenearthdesigns.com. Obviously, you guys know the website. Hopefully, I'm assuming all of us have at least bought like 1 or 1,000 things on the website. Okay, so you're going to now buy more things. Woo woo. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to go here. You're going to click on fabrics. Now, there are a bajillion type of fabrics. Not really, but there's quite a bit. It's pretty ridiculous. But, you know, the cool thing about cross stitch is you can stitch on whatever fabric you want. And if people don't like it, then whatever, you know. So it is what it is. So what we're going to do, I'm going to give you the different types of fabric. So we have even weave, we have Aida, and we have linen. Let's see who stitches on what. Give me a heart if you stitch even weave. Let me see some hearts. Who stitches even weave mostly? Or if you're like your favorite fabric is even weave. No one? I don't see any hearts. Maybe it's slow. I'll wait. No hearts? No one stitches? No one on here right now stitches. Give me a heart if you, okay, we got some even weaves up in here. Okay, sweet. What about, who stitches on Aida? Who is like an Aida fan? If you're an Aida fan, give me a thumbs up. Who stitches on Aida? Hey, Rachel. Hey, Linda. Okay, there's still some more hearts. Give me a thumbs up if you stitch on Aida. If you stitch on linen, if linen is your favorite, give me a wow face. Give me a wow emoji. Are there some people who stitch linen? Maybe, maybe not. Hey, Beth Ann. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see as we go along. Okay, so we have even weave, Aida, and linen. So, okay, we got some wow. Some of you guys stitch on linen. That's cool. Okay, so the most popular fabric is Aida. Typically, it's because pretty much 14 count Aida is like the first thing I ever stitched on. I didn't even know there was anything else other than that. So you have Aida's the, like, it's called the cross stitch fabric. I read that. I was like, oh, okay, it's called the cross stitch fabric. Aida is. So you have Aida, which is the most popular. It's typically 100% cotton. Oh, okay, Joe. That might be it then. I gotta figure something out, you guys. We'll get there. It's only video 1 of many. So thank you guys for bearing with me. Okay, so then you have Aida, which is 100% cotton. It comes in 14 count, 16 count, 18 count, 11 count. I'm going to show you here, actually. So we have 14 count Aida, 16 count, 18 count. That's all that's on here. Yeah. So that's pretty much literally all there is. There's 11 count, but I don't think Heaven and Earth Designs has that. So when it comes to the count, now I have to be learning this. So when it comes to the count, hold on, let me say this correctly. I can just show you. All right, I'm going to show you some fabric. This is 14 count fabric. If you see this fabric, it looks massive, just overall. You can see it pretty well. You can see each little hole and everything pretty well. Unlike, hold on, let me figure this. Okay, this is, I'm going to show you a trick to figure different types of fabric out too. Unlike this one, which you see tiny, tiny holes, right? So there are definitely, I don't know if you could see that or if I need to make it bigger, but let me know. Like there definitely is a lag in this. Like I said, we're rolling with the motions. If I need to make the video again, we can make it again. So the larger the number, the smaller you have for the holes. Like this, well, this is actually linen, which I'll get to in a second. So we have a couple different options here. But anyway, enough of that. That is basically the idea with Aida. Aida is, for me personally, I started stitching on Aida. I think most of you started stitching on Aida actually, I don't think I've ever met anyone who started stitching on Lugana or anything else. I think Aida is like the thing that you start stitching with. So I started stitching with Aida. Then I graduated on, I won't say graduated on, but I moved on to different fabrics. Aida is pretty stiff. It's a stiffer fabric. I mean, you can't see, maybe you can see how stiff it is, but it's definitely a stiffer fabric. But you also have Lugana, which is my favorite. And we're going to get into gridding and stuff. So this is my beautiful piece of fabric. That's not for this, but this is actually easy count, 28 count. What the count means is simply, it means how many little, I don't want to say little boxes, little like mini box. Okay, Marianne, we're going to have to work on that because I can't technically zoom in on my webcam. Actually, maybe I can, but it's okay. I just kind of want to give you the gist. I'm not going to unfold this because it's big. But anyway, it means how many little, the best way I can say it is little holes. You guys, I'm not grammatically correct, like, in most things I say. Like, you know, I kind of use slang sometimes. I kind of stumble over my words. You know, I'm going to say things wrong or whatever, just so you know. Gotta work with me. I'm human, okay? So you have this, which is 28 count, and you see, if you were to measure out, if you would like to hold a measuring tape here, and you could see an inch, there are 28 little holes in the inch, okay? So that's what it means. And you can obviously look at different types of fabric and figure that out. So with Lugana, it's 52% cotton and 48% viscose. I don't know how to say that, but you know, it is what it is. Viscose or rayon, that's another thing. It's still a heavy fabric, kind of. It depends. I don't really think it's that heavy, but when I was researching and stuff, it said heavy, so I was like, okay. It's softer, so you really would have to go somewhere and like feel a different fabric. It's soft. Lugana is a soft fabric, and I also like it because it looks kind of like, I don't know. I think it kind of makes ooh, I got a needle that's about to fall off. Okay, so I think it kind of makes your work look kind of like paint-ish, like. So it kind of just, like, who knows, like, I don't know. You have to decide for yourself what you want in regards to that. Okay, so we have Lugana, which we talked about. Lugana comes in, we have various situations with Lugana. There's linen right here, which I'll get to in a second. With Lugana, we have right here, we have Lugana 25 count. Hey, Robin. Hey, Tammy. Thanks for hopping on. Rachel, I love Lugana so far, the best too.
Then you have 28 count, 32 count. Obviously, 32 count is way smaller than 25 or 28 count or whatever. You also have Magic Guide, which I'll get into. Lugana is a type of even weave. The best way I can explain this, and like I said, I don't want to make these videos too long because we all have lives and families and y'all have kids. I don't. One day I will. Okay. The best way, which you probably will not be able to see this on camera. I'm sorry. I'll work on zooming in and all that stuff later. The best way I can explain it is if you hold up the fabric to the light, you will see little, like, it just does not look even. That's the best way I can just explain it. Or maybe, like, people say that there's, like, slubs in it. Like, you can see, can anyone see the fabric or no? I actually have to zoom in. I don't know if I know how to zoom in. Struggle is rare. Okay, but anyway, so we have linen. You can hold linen up to the light. I may actually take pictures and I can put pictures in here. That may be okay too. What I can do is I'll do that. When you hold up to the light, you can see just it is not even at all. And I'll take pictures because that'll probably be better. And then when you hold up something like Ada, I mean, you can see it's purely even, like perfectly even. Okay, so that's the main. Okay, Rachel, good to know. I'll have to figure out how to deal with that little situation later. Okay, so now we have Lugana, which we just talked about. And then just talked about Aiden. We have linen. Now with linen, we have different types of linen. We have, I don't know if you say it Dublin or Dublin or what. And then we have Cashel and Belfast, and there's a bunch of different types of linen. So for linen, we have Belfast, Cashel. Yeah, Rachel, I can make it. Yeah, I can make it larger. That's true. I'll do that. We have different types here. So you're just going to have to check out the website, and I can definitely post a link for you so you have that. Now, you're probably wondering, there's also a hand-dyed, which is great for if you have a Heaven and Earth design that doesn't have a background. You can choose like a funky-looking, cool hand-dyed fabric, and so it makes the back look like cool. It has different colors, like you can see this. There's different colors here, which is pretty cool. And you have different, like they have Lugana, they have hand-dyed Ada, so it's entirely up to you what you want. What I use, and this video is getting a little bit long, what I use and what I suggest that you use for extreme cross-country stitching is gridded fabric. Simply what that means, you have Easy Count and you have Magic Guide, which I will show you. Going back. Now, the reason why you want to get Easy Count or Magic Guide fabric is because it's gridded. You don't have to worry about where am I here, where am I there. You can easily have a grid, 10 by 10 grid, just like this. Well, let me do what Rachel had just said. I'm gonna make myself bigger. Not that this will help, but who knows. Okay, so you will see that there are little boxes, and these are grid lines. Now, I have Easy Count because it's 28 count Lugana. There are so many, like tons of different options. Yeah, so Rachel, she said that she wants to try Easy Count. So far, she's been basically gridding fabric by herself. I'm going to get into another video with gridding. Oh, it's a mess. There are so many different, because you can use Silky Silver to grid. You can use a water or water soluble pen to grid, like a marker thing. You can use, there's so many different ways you can go about it. You can use fishing line, all that. I ain't gonna do all that because I don't use all that stuff, but I will show you in general like ways you can grid with whatever you want to grid with. How do you think it really good? Yeah, okay, Joe, thanks for asking that. So with the grid, here's two things. Number one, the great thing about this is when you wash your piece at the end, hopefully you wash your stuff, because if you don't, all the oils and the nastiness from your hands over time may show through your work, which I heard this from a framer. She told me, she's like, girl, you got to make sure you wash your hands, because if not, it's nasty. Okay, so you want to make sure, well, she said you want to make sure you wash your piece, not hands, but probably both. So It's okay, Elizabeth. I've been on for a while. I can't believe I've been on for 15 minutes, but I guess these are going to be longer videos. But it's okay, you guys, because when you're stitching and you need something to watch, just, click on Facebook, find my video, that whole deal, and you can just watch my video while you're stitching. Woo! Okay, so, and then even some points we'll be stitching together. Woo woo. Okay, so I only have a few more things to explain because I really don't want to waste your time, and I have to go clean my entire apartment because we have visitors coming tomorrow. Okay, so what we're, with the fabric, okay, I lost my train of thought. Somebody, what was I talking about? Water soluble. Okay, so water soluble. With the easy count and the magic guide, when you're done with your project, you have your beautiful project right here. Hey, Teresita, you have your beautiful project right here. What you're going to do, after you wash it, these little lines are going to come out. But here's the thing, my friend. If for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason would be because it's always worked out for me. If for whatever reason these don't wash out, you have a full coverage piece. So it's not that big of a deal. And when you wash it, especially if you're doing tint stitch, which we'll talk about later, when you wash it, your stitches fluff up a little bit. So it's not going to be so, it'll help with coverage and all that stuff. But hey Lindsay, these definitely will wash out. It's water soluble. So you just put it in water, it washes out. Okay. So I use gridded fabric. I will never not use gridded fabric. Let me show you this hot mess called my life right here. Look, mess, my friend, mess. So this was my attempt at trying to grid. Like, look how bad that is. Like, it's just bad. Straight up bad. Anyway, I bought this piece of fabric a long time ago before I knew about Magic Guide or whatever, and or Easy Count, and I had to grid myself, and it was so hard. I would definitely rather always have pre-gridded. So get pre-gridded fabric. If not, you can grid yourself. If you want to do that, it's perfectly fine. Just make sure you do 10 by 10 little boxes so that it matches the grid that's on your chart. Okay, so the last thing, what was I going to talk about? Okay, I'm going to talk about 2/1 and 1/1 later. But the last thing I'm going to talk about is yarn tree. So, hey Daisy, thanks for hopping on. When it comes to figuring out, let's say you have your piece. You're like, all right, this is a piece I'm going to work on. We're going to work on Stitches Retreat. Well, I'm going to work on Stitches Retreat. Some of you guys are doing Stitches Retreat. So what's going to happen is I'm going to now make the screen smaller again. Okay, it's not doing it. Okay, give me a second. Oh, now it's going to do it. But then this part. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you, never a dull moment in the life of Porch Barker. Okay. We're making me smaller again because I got to show you something. Okay. I don't think Heaven and Earth Design has one of these, but it's a calculator thingy. Okay, so look. We are doing Stitches Retreat. If you see here, you see 625 wide by 749 height for the height. Now, when you're starting an extreme cross-country stitch or extreme cross-country piece, you need gridded fabric. That's number one. This is why this is the number one video. You can't do anything before you have your fabric, right? So number one, you need your pre-gridded fabric. And I showed you where to get that, and I will also post links. Now, we're over here, you see, oh, maybe you don't see. Let me move this over. Let me make me smaller. Nope. Now I'm tiny. Okay, you see this right here. So you will see, if you can't see it, it's okay. I'm working on helping you see it. You have 625 by 749. You're going to take this information right here and plug it into a calculator that's going to tell you how much fabric you need so that when you order it, you order the right size. And I'm going to talk about making sure you have extra fabric if you have a scroll frame or whatever, and for finishing. So like when you get it framed. Okay, so this is what is going to happen. So you have 625 by 749. You come over here, you have this special cross stitch calculator. It said 649, you put that here, 649 by 740. Wait, are these right? 625 by 749. 25 by 749. All right, now once you have that in there, what fabric count do you want to stitch in? Clearly, the Heaven and Earth Designs tell you It says on 25 count fabric, this is the size it's going to be. Well, I don't want to be using no 25 count fabric. What do I want to use? I want to use, personally, 28 count. So 28, this is the fabric count you want to use. So it says 28 threads per inch. That means, like I said, when you have this fabric, you put your inch marker there, you can see how many boxes there are, and there are 28. If this is 28 count, okay? Hey Lois, thanks for hopping on. Now, 28 threads per inch. Number of threads each X covers. They say Aida is 1, linen's usually 2. Mostly in Heaven and Earth designs, we stitch over 1, which, I mean, I can literally do another video about that, but I would want to like physically show you, but I'm not going to do that right now. So we stitch over 1. So kind of ignore this part, even with Aida or linen or whatever. Okay, so it's just going to be over 1. Extra fabric on each side of the border. For me, it's going to be 3 inches because I have a scroll frame. I need 3 inches at the top, 3 inches at the bottom, all that good stuff. And I personally leave the finished part. Hey Lexa, thanks for hopping on. I leave the finished part blank. And then you calculate the size. Okay. This is the... Hold on. Did I do this right? 625 wide. Yep. By 749 high. Okay, I might have put in 2 inches last time. Not 12. Yep, that's what I did last time. Okay, so 2 to 3 inches for the scroll frame. It's entirely up to you, really. I think for this project, I only did 2 inches. I don't know. We'll see when the fabric gets here. Okay, so then it tells you the fabric should be 26.5 inches wide by 31 inches high. This number, these numbers right here, is how you determine what type of fabric you need, okay? So then you just go to the Heaven and Earth Design site, click on whatever fabric you want. Let's say, well, we did 28. So you want 28 count, add it to your cart, and I would personally just email them and let them know that you need custom cut. I think you can put comments in there, but I typically just email. That's what I do. I typically just email and say, hey, I need this cut or whatever, and then it is what it is. Okay, so that is pretty much it for fabric. I decide what piece I want to do. Then I hop online and I order my fabric based on the yarn tree calculator, whatever it tells me, and I use those numbers for my chart. I find my fabric, but I definitely do pre-gridded fabric. If you don't want to, it's entirely up to you. It just makes it easier for counting because you're working with such a huge piece. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if this was helpful, show me some love. Let me know, comment below, tag a friend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for fabric. I'll take questions. If anyone has questions that I can possibly answer, I'll stay on for like 2 more minutes. If you guys have questions. You're welcome, Janice. I'll put my face back up so maybe I can see questions faster. Hey, Jennifer. You're welcome, Joe. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks, Phyllis. What do you mean, Joe? Yes, Joe, I do have a job. Why do you ask that? Hey, Jennifer. Yes, Marianne. Good question. Yes, I personally do wash my fabric by hand at the end, and then I iron it, which I can get to that. Hey, Lisa. Leslie, good question. The easy count fabric that I have is Lugana. Let me check on the site for, I'm pretty sure, well, let me look. Joe, I'm blessed enough that I work from home, so I make my own hours, and I don't have kids, so I schedule my time so that I have a lot of time to stitch, which is really a blessing now since we don't have kids, but hopefully kids will come soon, and then I won't have time to stitch, but I will just put the baby on my lap and stitch. I don't know. I'll find a way, okay? I don't know, or make my husband do the dirty work with the baby. I don't know. Hey, Carol! To answer the easy count question. Okay, so these are all the easy counts. I believe they're all Lugana. I could be wrong, though. That's a great question, Leslie. I know that the 28 count is Lugana, but it does not tell you. I have a feeling that, because that looks like Ada. But then again, my Lugana fabric looks like Ada. Yes, Joe, that's what I do. I do as much as I can now, for sure. Hey, Becca! Thanks for hopping on. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Alright, if there are no more questions, I will leave you, and then I will go clean my entire apartment. Sometimes I wonder if I really want to move into an apartment that's bigger than 534 square feet, because then I have to clean the whole thing. So the struggle is real. I don't know. And more cleaning means less stitching. But the bigger the place we live in, the better I can have a stitching corner. That's like my life goal. I want a stitching corner. That's all I want in life, a stitching corner. Corner for my little stand, and I can have a little drawer with all my floss in it. Isn't that what we all want? Yes. But I don't know. All right, you guys. I'm going to peace out. If you have any questions, please comment them below. Maybe they'll spur up me doing a video. Oh, by the way, so videos will be on Fridays. Like I said, my husband's graduating on Saturday. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. And like his whole family's coming, so I will be like swamped this whole weekend. But I wanted to give you something, a little bit of something to start the process, so you guys aren't left in the dark about where do I start. You know, definitely get your fabric. Who knows how long it'll take to get there. But all right, guys. Well, I love you. Thanks for watching. You are awesome. I really appreciate you and your encouragement. You guys keep me pushing on. I'm gonna keep stitching and keep making videos. I love being on camera, if you didn't know. And I love just helping people. It's in my heart to help people. And it's who I am. So thanks. Any questions, comment below if this is helpful. Let me know, because it encourages me to keep going. All right. You guys have an awesome stitchy night. All right. Love you guys. Bye.